What's up? Part 5 Pillars of Eternity. I just got to the end. I slept. I haven't talked to anyone. Probably gonna talk to some people. Whoa. Talk to these guys. Let's do it.
Yeah?
Alright, generic ass villager talk. Oh, actually,
Hi?
I gotta check out. Whoa, so many. Oh, he's a wizard. Shit. Does that mean I'm the tank now? That means I gotta get a I have a small shield. Do I gotta get. I'll at least upgrade to leather. Like, I'm gonna be. Light shield. Yeah, I'll bust out the medium shield since I seem to be in charge of eating damage for now. Even though I really don't want to be. I'm not gonna bother stashing stuff yet. You got your club, which is, I assume, the same as my mace. Oh, there's a burp. There's a burp coming. I gotta mute the mic. And burp. That's disappointing. You're wearing. Ooh, you got fancy leather armor and a fancy cape and a. Okay, you don't have anything fancy actually. You did. Whoa. Oh, cool. It's like D&D where you actually get the you have like a spell book. That's how you know your spells. So these don't actually have any combat stuff, but I can make the cape swing around. Wizards have the ability to learn a staggering number of spells, but they are always limited at the capacity of their grimoires. At any given time, a grimoire may only contain 4 spells of each level. Click on a spell on the right panel to remove it from the grimoire. Add spells to empty slots by clicking on the spell on the left panel. Cool. Alright, you're looking kind of fresh. I'll let you. I'm probably gonna leave most of the characters the way they come, because, you know, they can dress themselves. They're grown-ups. Oh, is that it? No, it's just a scepter. I thought it was enchanted because it's kind of red glowy. Yeah, the rapier. For piercing attacks. Cool. So we got Gangir and Aloth. I think Gangir is a pretty appropriate name, but I'm gonna stop talking so much and play some video games. What's up with you guys? You see new faces around. Been thinking about joining family. Wish we had some minstrels. You and me both. Minstrels. Alright. These guys all just villagers. I wish I was a drunkard. I kind of wish there was some way to differentiate between them. Oh, yeah, see, like that shit. How would I have known these are, like, characters? Whoa. As you near, you feel a vibrant history contained in the essence of this woman's soul. Voices from its past seem to call out to you. I'm an explorer. I'm gonna grab the soul. You see a woman emptying her satchel onto her bed, taking stock of her inventory. Potions, bandages, tinctures, and herbs are scattered throughout her room haphazardly. She bites her lip, head tilted to the side, considering. She begins to repack, one item after the other. Careful deliberation undercut by shaking hands. Each item has a clearly marked place, but no matter how she repacks it, she isn't satisfied. The shaking worsens as she empties it out once more, one hand held to her mouth. Tears eke from her eyes as she gives up all semblance of order and shoves everything she can in the satchel, grabbing it and running out of the bare house. Straightening her back, she walks to the docks, chin high, eyes hard and red. A gangly young elf offers his condolences, but she can't see him for the ocean ahead of her. She wanders the docks, offering her services as a doctor to any who will listen, anyone heading out on the high tide. Less than an hour later, she watches her childhood disappear into the distance, a tiny speck of an island, and tries not to jump. Damn, dude. Alright, so bad shit happened, and she's like, I'm out. I'm a doctor. And then she left her house. Interesting. Step back. Can I talk to her? Alright, I need just some yes.
Yes?
So I can feel the past of people's souls because I touched the thing. Yeah, I'm gonna touch his soul too. This is probably invasion of privacy, but I'm an explorer. I don't even know what that means. You see a group of young men standing around a makeshift practice target. This man stands in the middle of the men, explaining the construction and use of a bow. He holds it up, pointing out each part as he explains about it and what it does. He then walks away from the target, telling them to remain where they are, and takes his place about 200 feet away. He carefully lines up the shot, explaining what he is doing as he does, and lets the arrow fly. It hits the target dead center, much to the surprise and delight of the boys near it. He smiles, walking toward the boys, talking about proper stance and how to most effectively hold a bow. A noise comes from the tree line near the practice venue, and he stops, scanning the woods, blue eyes squinting against the sun. A shadow moves, making its way through the forest behind them. He draws an arrow and lines up the shot, carefully tracking the motion of the hidden creature. Loosing the arrow, he wastes no time and quickly grabs another. The boys spin, watching the arrow fly into the forest, immediately lost among the trees. There's a sudden, explosive movement in the undergrowth as a deer erupts from the tree line, running across the edge of the clearing. The boys laugh, turning to joke with the man about his lousy shot. They stop talking, seeing him holding the bow and leading the deer with a nocked arrow. They drop to the ground as he looses this last arrow, which flies true and strikes the deer right behind his shoulder, piercing heart and lungs and dropping it dead almost immediately. It was just trying to deer. The boys stare at the deer for a few seconds and slowly turn to look at the man, newfound respect in their eyes. He smiles again and breathes a quiet sigh of relief. So he's an archer, willing to murder helpless animals just for funsies. It's a rude thing to do. So I guess I'm pretty much. I guess since I waited until morning. Yo, why are you carousing at a time like this? Can I just read all these guys' souls? Is that like my thing?
Yes?
Yo, alright, so this is gonna be like random people's backstories, the episode, because these are cool backstories. I'm gonna read them. You see a man soar through the air, hitting a nearby wall with a nauseating crunch. He doesn't get up. His attacker, a burly, clean-cut warrior with a carnivorous grin, turns and shoves his fist in the stomach of their assailant, removing another from the impromptu brawl. The bar is a whirlwind of elbows, knees, and fists and feet. With no end in sight, he is in his element. In the corner, three smaller men speak quietly, throwing malicious glances at the larger man in the center. He breaks a chair over a tattooed head, cackling. The trio position themselves in the three parts of the room, and with a terse nod they charge. Unfortunately for them, the man sees them coming. Something in his eyes burns brightly, and all three slump to the ground in an agony that's all in their minds. Whoa! The burly man bows to a room of unconscious and incapacitated before sauntering out, off-key whistle trailing behind him. I want him to be my friend. You're coming too, though. Yeah, what did you do? You see an emaciated boy in chains, black holes for eyes, staring sightlessly at a wall. A man in a dark coat walks in, a scroll and oddly shaped quill in his hand. The boy glances at him expressionless, a corpse waiting for animation. The man clucks at him, disapproval clear in his tone. The boy stands, limbs hanging. The man takes the quill and begins to write on the boy's chest, copying sharp, angular symbols from the scroll. The child doesn't flinch as the quill digs into his skin, drawing blood as it goes. The wizard finishes with a flourish and barks some arcane command, setting the symbols to glow dully. The boy cries out, knees hitting the stone hard, his chest burning black and red. Finally the glow disappears, leaving only hard scars etched into his skin. He slumps sideways, twitching, eyes facing the back of his skull. The wizard grunts, kicking one the leg on his way out. The boy lies on the floor until dawn, eyes still black like holes, the twitches growing into convulsive shakes. What the fuck, dude? You can't use the quill that Mrs. Pink Harry Potter lady gives you. Fuck. I dropped it.
How may I help?
Yeah? Rough. Yeah, Vibrant History. Give me that. You see a long empty road cutting through two large crop fields. The air is silent and the land seems too still for early afternoon. This woman walks slowly on the road, leading her horse, curiously looking around. She seems to sense something wrong, but is unable to discern what it is. She stops, sniffing at the air, her nose high. Her brow crinkles, and she casts about, looking for something. The air is clear, no clouds. She sniffs again, still looking around, confusion clouding her face, mouthing a single word. Fire? She looks out across the fields, her confusion turning to fear. She holds her hand up to block the sun from her eyes and scans the field again. Not finding what she was looking for, she jumps onto her horse's back, the fear quickly becoming panic. She kicks, sending the horse shooting down the path, which bends around some trees to where the farmhouse should be. She pulls up short, horror now in residence on her face, as she stares at the burned and charred mess that used to be her family's home. Tears well in her eyes again, racing to the rubble. So you're Mike Winfield?
Huh?
If you get that reference, you're my best friend. So if you're Zach watching this, I'm my best friend. This seems like stealing. I'm gonna not. That looks a lot like stealing. Maybe it's not, but I'm not just gonna steal shit. His bones are covered in tiny bite marks. Oh, they got some wolf bros. Are the wolf bros in here? Am I about to fight the wolf bros? I don't want to start shit in this town. I just got here. I guess this is the way out. We'll just call this intentional. Who are you? Oh, you're just a villager. Okay. That's not the pistol.
That's my penis.
Alright, where am I going though? Check it out. Eater. Oh, right. In the last episode, after which I ate a sandwich, I was like, I gotta check out that tree again. Ooh, wait, can I talk to these guys? They have names.
I have received confirmation that Lord Radric's heir was not born well. My lord has issued an injunction on all new homes. It would be best if you left town as soon as possible. I would suggest returning to your old home. There will be no place for you here. You may stay at the inn until you can make the necessary arrangements, but I would not advise remaining long.
Yeah, I got you. I'm not planning on sticking around. I got adventures to go on. It told me to talk to Ader.
No problem.
He was on my map for some reason.
Were you looking for someone in that tree? I could introduce you.
Half the town's up there now, seems like. The right way to talk about it. My condolences. Oh, so,
Yeah?
just like a chill dude. Just a really chill dude. Or whatever. Ooh, Caldara de Baranzi. The squat, disgruntled body of an elderly dwarf woman dangles from a thin, crooked bough that sags at the tug of her noose. The bloated purple flesh of her neck, worn away in patches like moth-eaten linen, bulges over the rope that suspends her, and her lifeless head lolls forward rigidly. It is spat. Oh my goodness. Oh my damn. And her lifeless head lolls forward rigidly from one side to the other when the breeze shifts. But then, you perceive a faint glow around her that casts no light on its surroundings, but there's a tepid warmth to it. You feel somehow that you can reach out and touch it, not with your hands, but some aspect of yourself that has no worldly dimension. I guess we'll figure out her past, right? Like other people? Yay, take a deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading out towards the hanging woman, perceiving all the lies between you and her with new, unfamiliar awareness. Once you've expanded enough to reach her, there's a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing electric surge of images and words and sounds. A cutscene. Ah, shit. Involuntarily, you shut your eyes. You feel yourself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness in a space occupied only by you and the hanging woman. And when you open them again, she is staring at you with eyes clouded in a milky fog, your body still swaying in a wind you no longer feel from a tree that stands planted by a misty void. The woman gives you a slow nod of her head, creaking as she does so. The rope creaking as she does so, and she smiles at you.
Have you come here for me, dear? Or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yes?
Alright, so I'm clearly not imagining it. I'm a smart little dwarf thing. I picked high intelligence. I figured this is probably... Well, actually, I don't know about the Pillars of Eternity. But, like, I've been seeing people's past, it seems like. Which is probably weirding me out. But assume I'm not imagining it. Maybe I assume I am? How are you able to speak to me? That's a good question. You need to understand something that's happened to me. She always knows what it is. It's a dumb way to ask it. So I have to bivouac. Be awake. How are you able to speak to me?
Is that what we're doing? Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your mind to make sense of it. I think it is a very good choice.
Daggo. Alright, well, I think I need to understand something that's happened to me. She nods, a look of pity on her face, as though consoling a child.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there. You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
That's why she said watch her when I saw her in the dream.
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, though. Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair. And here we are, visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times. Souls pass on. Some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on, and those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either living or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how.
Interesting. So there's...
A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their owner can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well. A wonder!
Interesting. Don't... I'm just gonna, like, assume, you know, like, bad shit can happen sometimes. I guess I have to be a whack.
Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing. Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Called them. Those days are all behind me, no?
Soul's break apart over time?
Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again, but less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. No.
Interesting.
A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think.
Alright, let's see.
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties.
You full of shit, girl.
You should see old Meerwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Kadnua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company.
I want to know something about you.
Me? I'll bore you to tears, though.
Alright, well, she's an animancer. They talk to ghosts. Yeah, you got hung because they're jerk asses. I should ask one question, though, to be polite. Who are you? It's most straightforward.
And here I thought you'd come to visit me in particular. Caldara de Baranzi, of the Valian Royal Academy of Animantic Sciences. Not the greatest of their number, but I came here all the same because this was where help was needed.
Dope. Alright, well, you've been a huge help.
Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
Caldera closes her eyes and her head slumps forward over the noose, and your surroundings seem to bleed into your vision from someone basically waiting. Crucible of the Soul. Seemed lost just now. I'm a watcher. Well, that is interesting. And I expect this has something to do with the hooded figures in the ruins. In any case, I appreciate your honesty. Since we're traveling together, it's probably wise for us to share these things. Do you know anything about Watchers? Only that they're rare, and that they seem to have unique insights into certain soul conditions, as you just demonstrated. Let's continue on. Dope, did I level up? Oh, I did! Time to take another hour to level up! I feel like I should get one athletics. You know, just... come on. And then I can get 1 stealth and 2 of the other things. I can carry some points over, so I shouldn't worry about that. That'll just be a temporary power dip. I think I want another mechanics to complement my stealth. And then I think I want another stealth to complement my mechanics. I'll probably hopefully be scouting with my guy. What's up? Ooh, level 2! What do we got? What do we got? Amplified thrust. That's like it annually harmlessly up the target onto the closest enemy nearby. Weird. Allied target and 1 foe jump target. Foe jump targets. Okay, so you like throw a thing onto your friend and then it bounces. That seems kind of weird. And does pierce damage, which is cool, but I don't know if I need that. I wish I could see what my current spells are. I get 2 level 2 spells though. Mental binding. Overwhelms the target's mental ability to communicate with its own body, paralyzing it and causing me to emit a shockwave. So it's like maybe AoE stun. That's pretty good, but I might need to get some kind of defensive thing since it kind of seems like I'm tanking for a little bit. I don't know how much I want to build for that though, because if I put a bunch of shit into tanking and then turns out I don't need it, that kind of sucks. AoE disable seems solid though, but stuck. Oh, what does stuck do? Able to act but unable to leave their current location. Well, if I'm already fighting and then I stick them, how long does it stick for though? 5.4 seconds. That could be significant. If I can stick like a small, if there's like 3 guys and I can stick 2 and then just fight the 3rd one and then they come unstuck, and maybe at that point I can, I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to initiate with that though. And then if they're already there, I can't really disengage. I don't know. Maybe later. Mind bleeds. Slashing blade of force that attacks them before leaping. Okay, that's what I'm probably talking about. AoE, a little bit of AoE. I don't know any of that yet. Interrupt 0.5 seconds average. Okay, area of effect, foe and 5 jump targets. 10 meters for jumping. 10 meters for the shot. That seems pretty good. I kind of like that. Phantom foes invades my other targets. There. Losing flank. What does flank do? Deflection is reduced by 10. Eh. Frightened? What does frightened do? It's kind of like a stat debuff. I don't know. I feel like I need some kind of other stuff. Target Cypher uses the target's strength with mind against it, stealing a portion of its resolve to better deflect incoming attacks. Minus 10 resolve for plus 10 deflection for 27 seconds. That could be good, but it causes the area target to relive the psychic trauma of an injury moments after receiving it. 30% of damage reapplied over 16.2 seconds. So, reapplied. Does that mean that it does it over 16.2 seconds though? Like, I haven't had fights that long. I think I need some kind of... I think the paralyzed could be good though. You know? I feel like I need to... I don't think I can just Pokemon strategy. Which I mean, when I played Pokemon as a kid, all I did was just get damage spells. Because why would you don't need Tail Whip? Why would you get Tail Whip when you can Ember them? What's Crucible the Soul? 1 per rest. It's a fast AoE. Drain 10.6 burn damage. The Watcher unravels the Vital Essence, gaining endurance in the process. 10.6 burn damage is endurance, which is fortitude, so whatever fortitude, I don't care. But I guess it's good for tank. Okay. Whatever, I'll try it out, I guess. I forget what exactly endurance does. Alright, we gotta check my journal, because I forget what exactly I'm supposed to do. Tiles, yeah, I did that. The road and Blizzard Vale. Oh, I did that one. Okay, the Old Watcher. Oh, Kainua. Yes, that is where I need to go. I'll have to travel there, and where that is. Just gotta leave here. Don't want to check back to Valewood.
Yeah?
Yeah, bears.
17 and a half.
What does that mean? Who are you?
17 and a half. Well, could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman. The people hanging from the tree. Name's Adair. Though to the people around here, might as well be 19. Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22, 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved. The dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I think you oughta.
Looks like I was interested in the dwarf woman.
I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radric at first.
I don't know if I want to just go telling everyone I'm a watcher. I feel like that. I don't know. I don't want to lie to him. What's to you? I don't know you. Around here, we prefer to turn a blind eye to our idea. It's none of your business. If those are my only options, I'm not gonna be like, back off. Do you know what a watcher is?
Careful, friend. Best not use that word round here. There'll be any number of
Right.
Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers. Same thing in the eyes of folks around here, Radric especially. They come through these parts all the time with their cures, preying on the desperate. None of them are who they claim to be.
Alright, I'm not a dick though.
Of course, seeing you with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all. No offense. The town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fellow who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
What does your town have against
Pick
you?
the wrong god. That's what it comes down to. Used to be a lot of Vathus worshippers in Gilded Vale. That mess of rocks over there, that was a temple to him, to give you some idea.
I like the voice acting in this game a lot.
Then one day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Deerwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Aethys. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Aethys isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Aethys. He enlisted, then I did too. But, he didn't make it back.
Damn, dude.
After the war, people took to punishing Aethys worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the legacy started. Folks needed someone to blame. I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side. And I wasn't so safe anymore. Until my headman stepped in and said they'd have to hang him to get to me.
And so they did.
Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course, the townies don't do the hanging these days, but when Radric's men come, they got no problem doing the pointing.
Tag yo. See, I was eager to leave. Oh, okay, so he just said that, but I'm still talking to the dude that I was talking to. Well, this isn't where to go. I don't know what this war is. Probably say goodbye. You seem like a chill dude.
Yeah?
You didn't sell me out for being a watcher. I appreciate that. Am I gonna get like shot for going down here? This looks like some kind of. Whoa. This is a crypt. Do I want to talk to that guy before I leave? Whoa, what the fuck? Dude, what are you doing down here? Rutan, a man lies resting against the wall, lit by the dim illumination of the fading sconces. He has a gaunt, fox-like aspect, and his face is pale and damp with sweat. One arm is held loosely against his side, sleeves soaked with blood. He gives you an anxious glance as you near, his features twisted with pain. Have a care if you mean to go in. He casts a quick look towards the doorway to his left. This place is not so empty as I thought. This temple isn't what it used to be, probably for the best times being as they are. He groans and shifts position, wincing. I'm no leader, if that's what you're thinking. Not one of the faithful either. Just wanted to do some good, I suppose. Got my arm clawed up for it. He regards you warily. Maybe you'd have better luck. Better luck with what? The man points a finger. These ruins around us used to be a temple of Aethos, the scattered god. A grand temple at that. His worshippers would come from all over the Deerwood, from Great Xeras, even. I'm not Aethos. I don't know what that means. Until the war, of course. Even then, you'd get some of the stubborn ones, the ones that couldn't get it through their heads that their god was dead and gone. Good one. Once the legacy had started, Lord Radric decided he'd been too lenient on the Eothasians. He had his people go in and put them to the sword, left them down there, buried under a heap of rock. That's rude. After that, Radric ordered the temple sealed. It's been years like that up until recently. Lord Radric hopes that if we rededicate the temple to a living god, then we'll be forgiven, and the legacy will end. See? He smiled wryly. But until then, the temple is as you see it, unguarded. That's where you come in. Ten licks his lips. Those priests, maybe they don't have a lick of sense between them. They still didn't deserve to go like that. Chopped down in their god's house. It doesn't sit right with me. If you can get down there, find their remains, maybe we can finally give them a proper burial. Merchant breathes out. No small task. There's coin for you if you need more. Allah's cautious expression softens. A pleasant surprise to see that someone around here has a shred of respect for the dead. I like you, Aloth. You're a chill, weird dude. Take it. You aren't supposed to be in here, it doesn't matter. He's not. I'll find them. Doesn't matter. We're gonna bring some skeletons, there's questions. No, I'll find them. Then by the flame, I owe you a good turn. But listen, this temple's been sealed off for so long it's crawling with creatures. But if you get past them, the priest would have been down on the lower floor. That would be there still, anyway. These priests had all kinds of secret chambers, switches in the walls, tricks, sconces, that kind of thing. Keep an eye out and take care down there. I won't want to have to send someone else after your remains. Merchant looks up the stairs. You might talk to that Aeder fellow. If Radric hasn't hanged him yet, word is he's a follower of the dead god. Maybe he'll know something more about this place. This would be. It's really Adair. I'll wait by the stairs and keep a lookout. Maybe try to patch myself up. Well, you know me.
Yeah?
Maybe you don't. You probably don't. Unless you're the Bow Bros. And your Bow Bros are the only one watching this, so you don't know me. You do know me. But maybe you don't know that I like doing completionist type stuff. Not completionist, but especially in RPGs, I only like, you know, if someone, if this is me, someone's like, yo, you should talk to this guy first, so I'd be like, yeah, I want to see what the fuck's up with this tomb. If you're watching this, you're not the Bowers. Bowers are a bunch of cool dudes from New Hampshire that I hang out with, and they are nice. What I talked about got involved. Radric sent men down here the other day, said they had to go authorities and was calls. One of us was meant forward, so he was a huge bro, basically. He's like the best man. Someone got tired of all the hangings on the run up.
The town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fella who ever stuck up for me, well, he's
gone to
number
war.
8.
Saints War, only one in my lifetime. Phyllis says he's the living incarnation of Aethos, overthrows Raidcrest, marches on Deerwood, so you get Deerwoodian hello. Who's Aethos? Got a rebirth and redemption, formerly anyhow. Made a constant different where you're from. It's a, that's pretty, I mean, they just fought. What are you still doing? Drinking mostly? Point of fact, a lot of places. We could, oh, hey! Point of fact, I'm on my way out. Just haven't figured out where I'm going yet. Not a whole lot of places out there. I don't think Wadewind's legacy started with Wadewind. We could travel together? Where are you headed? Some place called Cave Newer. There's an old watcher there who might be able to help me.
I seem to remember hearing something about that years ago. He tamed that place. People would seek him out for all kinds of things. Troubles of the soul, questions for the departed.
You have to,
Of course,
you can't
that was
see
back
the
when you didn't have to say
pumping.
watcher with a hush on your breath.
I'm excited. This guy might join me, because he seems like a
A
bro.
man such as that, there'd be things I'd want to ask him. Don't know why I never thought of it before.
Yeah, dude, come with me!
Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger, and a strange one at that. But, truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree.
Feels good, man. I wonder how the party system works.
Alright then. Guess I'll do some sightseeing. Long as you're not the one picking the sights.
Oh, hell yeah. Dope. Alright, well, we
Yeah?
got a new party member.
Hey.
And he is Aeder, and I don't lose focus out of combat. I was wrong in the first episode. You can knock down! Alright, I'm gonna put you
Hope you're
here,
not expecting much.
so that in my
Hey,
party formation you go in the front, because you're the shieldman. Alright, cool. I'll mess with his stuff
Hey.
next episode, probably. I can just talk to. Wait, can I talk to this guy?
How may I help?
Damn! Oh, first level wizard spells, arcane assault. I dig. Alright, cool.
Hey.
Well, I'm gonna end this episode. Thanks for watching, human who watched this. See you on the next episode, hopefully. Bye.